Hello, welcome to my channel. Today's practice comes from a very special place high in the mountain, and it's a journey to turtle pose. So grab your mat, maybe 1 or 2 blocks, and join me for this ride. Okay, so we start in lying on the floor. Install yourself here, the arms float to the side, relax, feel your body on the floor and arrive on your mat. And then lift your left knee towards your chest, press your knee towards your chest, feel the stretch in the lower back. And then you bring the knees a bit towards the left shoulder, so a bit left upwards, and feel the deeper stretch here. And bring then the leg back to the floor, lift the right knee towards the chest, interlace your finger at your shins and press your knee towards your chest. Feel the stretch and then bring the knee a bit more to the right towards your right shoulder and feel the stretch there. Bring then both legs, both feet to the floor, the arms to the side, the knees a bit more than hip distance wide apart, and the knees fall to the left. The head goes into the other direction. And come back to center with the knees and to the other side. Shoulders stay on the floor, the hips lift. And come back to center, and the right ankle come over the left side. You interlace your finger behind your hamstrings or your shins, and you press your left knee towards your chest, and you feel a nice stretch in the right hip. The lower back is nicely flat on the floor. And then you bring the left leg to the floor and the right. The left ankle comes over the right side. Lift your right leg. Interlace your finger behind your hamstrings or your shins and press your right knee towards your chest. Breathe and then both feet to the floor and you start to roll up. If this is not for you, you come over the side in sitting. But if you roll up, you take even more momentum until you can come into a standing and start yourself to install yourself in Malasana, garland pose. The feet come a bit outward. If you have blocks, and this is not so easy for you, you can bring blocks behind you and sit on the blocks. Then you bring the hands to the floor and you lift yourself up into a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as necessary. And then you come down again in a squat. Remember, take your blocks if necessary. Bring the palms of your hands together and feel again the good stretch in the hips. You bring then the hands to the floor and find your way back to downward facing dog. Stretch here, breathe, and then you bring the knees to the floor and you come back into child's pose. Relax and breathe here, and then you come up on all fours and back into downward facing dog. Breathe. And then lift the right leg up high and you make a big step to the front. Or you come on your knees first and then you make your step to the front. Open your chest here, you come on your fingertips and then you fall back. You stretch the front leg and back to the front. Inhale here, open your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg, fall over. Inhale to the front and exhale, fall back. Inhale, come to the front. And now you bring your left hand to the floor. The right toes fall a bit outward, both hands on the floor and stretch your hip. Now you can bring your right hand towards your right hip or lower back and twist back. You look back a bit. Breathe. And come back to center. Frame your foot with your hands and back into downward facing dog. Breathe here. And now lift the left leg up high and a big step to the front, or first on your knees and then to the front. Come on your fingertips, open your chest. Inhale here and exhale, straighten your front leg, fall over. Inhale to the front and exhale to the back. Smooth breath, inhale to the front, and then you bring the left toes outwards, both hands on the left side, on the right side of your feet. You stretch here, and then you open up to your twist. You look back, breathe here, and frame your foot with your hands, step back in your downward facing dog, and then bring the knees to the floor and you come to the front, lying on your belly. Cobra, lift up and down. And cobra, up and down. Last time, up and down. And then you lift yourself up on all fours. Install yourself here, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and lift your right knee to your chest, to the side and back. Make circles here and circles in the other direction. Feel your hips and the other leg. Circles with your knees to the front, to the side. And then you come back into downward facing dog. Stretch your back body here. Breathe and then lift your right leg and you make circles now in downward facing dog to the side and in. And in the other direction, first to the front, to the chest, and then out to the side. Feel your circles here, breathe. Then you make a long leg, you bring the foot to the floor, downward facing dog, knees to the floor, and come to the front on the floor. Up into cobra and plank pose, downward facing dog. Stretch here, lift your left leg up and circles with the left leg to the side, down and back. And then bring the foot to the floor, downward facing dog. Come on your knees. Bring your toes together and the knees out, child's pose. Breathe into your hips. Relax. And then you come up on all fours. You come into a sitting and you bring your legs wide apart. Flex the feet, so engage your legs here. Then you turn to the right and you bring your hand to the left side. You bend over, forward fold, wide leg. Breathe, then you move towards the center with your upper body, hands to the floor. Move your upper body towards the floor and to the side. And once more, you come up and then you come to the front. Bend over here. Breathe. And then come to the center. Bend over your upper body. Comes towards the floor and the other side. Remember to have your legs engaged all the time. Feel the good stretch. And come up into sitting. Bring now the soles of the feet together. Your hand towards your ankles. Bring your hands then towards your thighs. You can press on your thighs, not on your knees, please. And then If this feels good, you can bend over again with your upper body, feeling a good stretch in your hips. Breathe here and then come slowly up with a straight back. And we prepare now for Kurmasana, turtle pose. So you bring the feet are apart, and then you bring the feet to the floor, you lift the knees, and with the hand you come to the front, to the mat, and you bring your finger under your legs, your arms to the side. At the same time, you start to straighten your legs. See how far it goes. You straighten your legs and you fall forward. Yeah, so feel like on one side you have a big hip stretch, and on the other side, look, really round your back. You have like your own turtle house. And imagine how you can have a big hip stretch, giving you maybe a sense of home, going inwards and being protected at the same times by your outward house, by your rounded back. Breathe there. Find stillness, silence. Find your inner home. Then slowly you come up, you bring the hands to the center, you lift the feet. And then you sit here, you bring your hands back, your knees are lifted, and then you bring the knees gently from one side to the other. And then you lift your feet from the floor and you make circles in one direction and the other direction with your hips. You make your legs long on the mat and you come lying on the floor. Bring both knees to the chest, and once more you bring counterwise circles with your knees, the hands on the knees and in the other direction. Breathe. And then you bring both feet on the floor, hip distance wide apart, and you lift towards bridge. So your knee shows forward, you lift your hips, your chest. Imagine how you open your chest, press your hands into the floor. Breathe here. And then bring your hips towards the floor, your knees towards the chest. Press your lower back against the floor. You bring then the arms to the side and the knee fold to the left. Twist. Then the knees to the center and twist to the other side. Breathe here. Enjoy your twist. And bring then the knees to the center and the legs long out. You can bring your hands to your hips. Feel there. Relax completely. Bring the attention to your hips. How do your hips feel now? Send your breath there if this feels good. And relax your whole body. Then start to move your toes, your fingers, stretch and roll gently to the right side. Come up into a sitting position. A straight back. Breathe here. And inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, namaste. Thanks so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and see you next week with a new practice. Bye.